Hi everyone, and welcome back to Scrap Addict Creations. I'm Diane, and today we are going to be working with the Four Seasons Spring Bash by Kelly Baxter Fitzgerald layout. There's so many words, sorry. And we will be creating the 8.5 by 11 version of yesterday's 12 by 12. So let's get scrapping. Okay, so just a little recap. Yesterday's layout was this. And this is the layout that we are now going to make today and turn it into 8.5 by 11. So here is the instruction piece. The stickers, I have taken a few off and I've put some pop tape on those. I've got pictures here of Nora's kindergarten graduation. And then I have my glue dots. I've added the glossy accents to this. Liquid glass is the correct one for Close to My Heart. I've added some pen work with the pale pink shades and the citrus green blends to the leaves and to the roses. And I'm going to set this piece aside. And then I have cut out and picked out which of these pieces I want. So these will need to be trimmed still. So first I'm going to put down this Kraft piece of paper. And before I set it down, I guess I should tell you what size it is. So my layouts are 8.5 by 11 1/4, which is pretty much 8.5 by 11. I just have that little extra bit at the top of the page protectors, and I don't like to have things floppy. So if you haven't watched one of my videos where I've explained that, I might have done it in a lot. I don't remember. But that is why I do 8.5 by 11 1/4. So this paper is 8 by 10 1/4. And I'm just going to cover. So I did cut everything that was for the kit just sized down. And then I'm altering things as I need to. Because I was going to try to do these exactly like they were, just smaller, but it wasn't working for what I wanted. It just wasn't looking right. So this is the same way that we did the other layout one for fall and winter. And I think this Kraft is really doing a great job of really bringing out the colors on this. Okay, so before we place these down, I think we're going to have to put these on here. Whew. I can do it. I can do it. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to adhere it down because it's going to wiggle and move, and I want to use the T-square for this. So the smartest thing I can do is just trim the centers later. Okay. Oh, and this one is 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. That's a little better. Okay. So this one, let's see here. How did I have these? Whoops. Okay. Pretty sure that was there. Here and here. These are easy to tell where I had those. Okay, so let's push these out, push these down, push these over. That's a smarter way of doing it. Should have thought about that sooner. So all of these pieces are pretty much mirrored side to side, and these pieces are the 3 by 3. So this one will be trimmed here, and I just trimmed this to 1.5 by 3 and left it that way because I figured it wasn't that big of a deal to trim it later. And let's see here. This one goes this way and then here. Okay. So I'm going to start over here and I want to go up just about to there. And I'll put this one down. I did find that yesterday this went a lot smoother using the T-square. When I wasn't using the T-square, it got a little messy. I'm just leaving a smidge of room between them. You won't see a lot of the center area, so it's not like dire that these are perfect up at the top. I probably could have cut that off of here and just left these, you know, like 3 by maybe even 2. But it's just easier just to kind of do it all at one time. So cutting them 3 by 3 works. And I have some extras that are left over, so that's nice too, because then I can use those to decorate other things with if I see fit, or cut them down for like flagged pieces. That works really well too. And we've got the floral piece. Nora's dress has some of this blue flower, so I really want that right there. I think that'll be pretty. And then I'm just going to put that there. And then we'll switch around and do the other side. A little bit of adhesive there. Oh, this one's longer. Oh, I probably grabbed the wrong one, but that's okay because I don't think I use much of any of those pieces. Once I start getting things done, it just seemed like I used less and less of the pieces that I had cut and was cutting my own, which is, I should have thought about that, there was no way I was going to be able to keep it kind of looking the same and have it look nice. That's the problem, is it looks nice as a 12 by 12. As an 8.5 by 11, it loses some of its grandness. And so it needs to be just kind of tamed a little, quite a bit more. And where you have that freedom on 12 by 12 to use up this big, huge space, you really don't have that on the 8.5 by 11 for the whole thing. You have space, it's just not as much. Okay, and I hope I grab these in the right order. I'm just going to take the adhesive off of that and take the adhesive off of this one. So the lemonade piece, I have it going horizontal here and vertical over here. Kind of reminiscent to the other layout. This one I have vertical, and so this one I'm going to put horizontal. Okay. And for the last piece. Okay, so using the T-square really does help with this style of a layout. It was not helping me very much with the pictures I was putting on those pieces. One of them I wanted the pictures closer together, the other one I wanted them a little further apart. And this white is not perfectly cut or perfectly matted onto this piece. So when you can see things, just don't worry about that. The only important part was that I had this lined up here for this piece. But I did have to trim some stuff, and so like you can see the yellow right there from the back of it. But the only piece that I made sure was perfect was the top polka dot piece. I just needed it to kind of keep it together because it was not going to if I didn't do that. Okay, so there, now we have that trimmed up. Doesn't that look sweet? It's a very, very sweet little layout here. Okay, so the pictures over here are inside. I'm including this picture of my daughter Liz with somebody. I don't know who it is. It's somebody that works at the school. And this was prior to her working at the school. She volunteered a lot at this point. The next year, she started doing lunch duty. And then the year after, she was an assistant in the kindergarten. So she really did work there for quite a while. And so this was one of the people that she was very fond of. And I have no idea who it is. So Lizzie will have to put in some information on that one. I have opted not to use chipboard on this because I feel like it's getting there's too many layers. And I think I used chipboard on the last one because I wanted the layers. On this one, I just kind of felt like it was just like, ooh, kind of escaping from my grasp. So I have opted to not use chipboard on this one. So what I was saying about the pictures is they are not all cut evenly. I decided not to mat them onto anything aside from this white daisy right here, which I guess I forgot to say the size. So this one is 6 1/4 by 7. And I'm matting it onto this, the dark side of Ballerina that is 6 1/2 by 7 1/2. And then the Kraft is 6 3/4 by 8. And that would be for both sides because these are mirrors. And the pictures over here, I want to put the Keep Blooming. This is where I was kind of playing with it, was down here, maybe even just down a little further, and then put a little bit here. I had this picture down here with this one, and we kind of lost Nora, so that's why I moved things around a little bit. In fact, I think it might look actually better if I have the centers more centered than the other. So that's why that's that way. This one, I did like that the center area had that little grouping. I thought it was a really nice grouping. And I wanted to continue that. So that's why over here I left such a big gap here because it looked funny having some together and some apart. So I just left the gap here, and then we'll put those little flowers and the little blue flower sticker there, because I think that looks really cute. Okay, let's kind of center this a little more. Probably right about there. That looks pretty good. Oops. Didn't push down enough on that adhesive right there. It should still stick though. Okay, so we started this a little over, maybe about midway through the half. Does that look about right? Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so that's the base layout. There is a lot going on this. So again, that's why I didn't really want to say, like mat each of these pictures into either another white layer. I debated doing that and then inking around it, or doing white and then the ballerina in like light. And I don't know. I just said, you know what? We're just going to put the pictures on here and see if we like it. And I think I'm really liking it. And this is going to help with this picture's size. Let's grab all of the little bits. Got lots of them. Now I can put that little piece aside. Okay, so see how that kind of helps that area right there. And then over here, so if I take the group that is right here, we've got one of these, and I'm not necessarily making it the same way. One of those. I don't know, you know, this possibly will change. It's still kind of hiding her, and I don't really like that, so maybe we'll tame it up a little bit more. But I am liking the feel of that down there. I think that looks pretty good. And it's not, if I move it down further, it's not hiding as much. So that's good. I really like this Precious Memories. I don't feel like the spring, the Hello Spring kind of fits on this layout. So that's why, I know I'm trying to look at this as well as look up here. That's why I'm not opting to use that one. Do I want to, maybe there. Let's just anchor these under here and see what we like. Got that. That one. And just this one, I guess. Not bad. Okay, I can work with that. And then this one is the one where it's supposed to circle around it, but there's not enough room here for that, especially on my smaller layouts. So let's put the 2 leaves, because I really like these leaves side by side. Maybe we'll even add one more over here. I did color an extra set of roses, little rosebuds, and I think that kind of went like that and like that. That's not too bad. And then we've got this little flower. We could either put like a little, oh, that's cute. I like that. I was intended to put it over here, but I think I like it over there a little more. Okay, I think I like that. Now let's see if I can actually recreate this. Let's start with this one. This one's easy. Okay, so, oh, I want to do a pop circle. Let's grab these. And I'm using the close to my heart smaller ones because they tend to not get as poppy on a layout where you've already got quite a bit going on. So let's kind of add this together, and let's kind of bend that. Yeah, there we go. Grab that, put that there, and then we've got the flower. That is a very sweet little grouping right there. Okay, up here, doop, doop, doop. I don't know if it's going to work that is going to happen, but we're going to try. Okay, this, I think I want to put it down a little smidge more. And let's bend these little guys, which these I might put on after. Let me grab a smidge of this that I can just kind of have here. And I hope this works. Cross your fingers for me, because it's not going to be easy to pull these up if this doesn't work. I wish that this had like 2 different stamps on it that went both ways, because it's very obvious that this is that way. I wonder, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. We're just going to pretend like that doesn't exist right now. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then this one, grab a little glue dot. I think there's another one on here. They've got the one, that's the last one. Okay, and I'm going to add that in possibly. Let's put this down, and then I can add that in so that it's like on the other side. Okay, let's put this. Isn't the little blue flowers here look so nice next to her little dress? Oh, very nice. I really like that. I like that it gave it a little different of a look, because it was starting to look like it was too planned out, and I definitely didn't want that. So I need 2 more leaves over here, and I bent them already, so we're good there. Let's kind of lift up a smidge and stick that in there. and lift up a smidge on the other side and stick that in here. I'm kind of sad that this is Nora's longtime friend. They don't go to school together anymore, which is sad. Michael, and I'm glad he's in here because that was a special friend for Nora, that they were in school together for quite a bit of time too. But I'm loving this area. This grouping right here looks really good. It's not too much. Maybe even these leaves could be up a little higher, but I like the feel of it. It's giving me good feels, good vibes. Okay, so now we've got over here, and we're going to need some more glue dots. So glad I have the smaller glue dots in stock. It's killing me when they were hard to come by. I almost want that down a little deeper. Yeah, that looks better. And then we've got this one. Oh, good. I like that. Hopefully I'll like it in the end and I won't feel like, oh, I've got to pull this out. That happens so many times. Okay, let's put this little guy on. And I have a feeling that this is just going to be right there in that corner. And then I'll be able to slip, yeah, I'll just put it right there. I'll be able to slip this little guy right under here. Okay. I cut the right amount, or tore the right amount of glue dots off. Okay, maybe I'll do that same thing over here. Let's grab another glue dot. And let's put this one. I know it's kind of in the same spot, but I like that it's not laying that over way. It's okay every once in a while, but it doesn't need to be that way every time. Okay, so now over here, let's grab some more of these. And I think I want to trim this just a smidge. So I don't want it hanging down below the words. Let's see if I put the words here. Do that there, and then let's curve this one. Put one on top and one on the bottom. Oh, I like that. Now let's see how this rose looks. And then I kind of like it without the rose, but it needs the flower. So, well, this tape that I'm using here is not the close to my heart one, so it is a little more forgiving for me to pick it up and kind of play with it if I don't put it down too hard. Okay. Oh, I do have scissors over here. Like that. Okay, I can work with that. Do need another glue dot. Okay. Okay, getting closer. Now, I could also put some of these clear flowers in, or I could do what I did yesterday. There's some bitty sparkles, and grab that yellow flower. Because the nice part here is I don't have to put a yellow flower over here because I have this little yellow sign here. If Lizzie chooses that she doesn't like it, I'm going to just take a piece of white daisy paper with letters on it and possibly in the pink color and put over here that just says kindy graduation or something. That's at least my thoughts on it. So I cut these away so that we can get a good look at it without all the distracting colors. These are so pretty though. I do think that this will help. I like these. I'm glad I have them. It's always nice when you use the stuff you have. It's also nice to get new stuff too. But it is refreshing to be able to say, hey, I used some stuff out of my stash. Kind of want these floating a little more. There we go. And then let's put just one down there. Okay, and we've got our bitty sparkles and my little pokey tool. Let's start by adding some sparkles to the little flowers. And then we'll add some just around. I did not do any journaling for this. I'm letting Lizzie do that. And it might go on the back like I have done in the past too, because our space is a premium. And I really did want to include as much pictures as possible. I know that these two are pretty similar, but she was doing something like a princess thing or something here. And so I didn't want to not have that in her book. I think on this one, I'm going to use the 1, 2, 3 as this one, unless I don't care for it when we're done. Let's see. So 1, we got 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's look and see. We've got 3 more on here that I can add. I think, let's look up. I always forget I can just look up. I think I like that. I think that does a really good job. Okay. I'll put that in my pile for the rest of the layouts because we've got lots more coming. And we are done with the smaller of the 8.5 by 11 spring number 1 layout. So tomorrow will be spring number 2 in 12 by 12. And a little sneak peek, even though you can probably go on and know by the last layout with the fall, winter and then fall. This is the one we'll be working with. I will not be using the strips down here. I am probably going to be using this floral paper, which, let's see if I've got a little scrap of it. I do. Let me grab that. We are going to be using this paper probably across the bottom. At least that's my thoughts right now. I like the idea of the flagged pieces, so I'm going to probably stick with that. And I love this wood grain. In fact, you know what? It might be nice to put the wood grain down here. But that would make me have to change this pink. Well, we'll see where we go tomorrow. You never know. I could change it completely up. Have an amazing rest of the day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.